Now, granted, it's at night, but it's in the 40s on August 15th in Arizona. It is freezing, but not on your screens. It's 1986's Crazy with the Heat. Are you ready for Gary Graver to stick his big toe into the weird end of the pool? Well, grab Stephen Sayadian and let's f*** some shit up. Hi, I'm Jason from Barefoot. This is Squeaky Clean Adult Films.
Squeaky Clean Adult Films.
It's a request because it's Wednesday. It's also 35mm, just like Sunday. It's not even out yet. I hope you liked Wanda Whips Wall Street. Dustin requested this. Been working on it for a while. Couldn't figure it out. We're doing therapy in a sex asylum. Kind of hard to cut into a clean movie, but we did it. Dustin, great request. Gary Graver directed this. He was just in the 10 movie club. 11th time for directing, 8th time for being a DP. This is one of the special ones that he not only directed, but he shot. And Stephen Sayadian wrote this thing. It is phenomenal. His third time on the show as a writer, Party Dollar Go-Go, Cafe Flesh, this. Sam Norvell directed this, his fourth time on the show. We got 2 Gary Gravers and 2 sorority pinks. And the music is phenomenal. Von Braun. He only has 2 credits to his name. The other one is also produced by Sam, written by Stephen, and directed by Gary Graver. They made 2 movies at once. I'm not even going to say the name because it's coming up in VHS September. So if you liked this, whoo doggy, wait till you see the cast. Everyone came out for this banger, and this solidifies what I've said numerous times. Tantala and Grace Zabriskie should be playing sisters. They're both still alive.
Well, you were right.
This was 78 minutes long. The clean cut is 19. And as you probably guessed it, we're talking PG. I had to cut so many things. I shouldn't say this. That means I'll say it. This almost got the Friday slot, B-side, because I didn't know if I could convey the story correctly. I finally cracked it. Not patting myself on the back, but you can tell everything without the other thing. This is on my Vinegar Syndrome wish list. Candy Stripers just got made. First one ever on my long Vinegar Syndrome wish list to ever come true. And I just talked to Howie about it. They recycled 2 old audio things for the new release. Why didn't they get Howie to do new stuff? With Jason to do new stuff. We could have showed up as a team, blew the doors off. It's okay. So in this asylum, we have some characters with inabilities to control their desires. But we're fixing to change that. I'll see you in 19 minutes.
Thank you, Jules. Marvelous choice.
Thank you, sir.
Right now, I'd like to propose a toast to our beautiful and brilliant Laura Welton, inventor of the Laura 10 computer. A welcome and, I hope, profitable addition to Delmar Industries. To Laura and her loyal husband, Bill.
Thank you.
Why, Franklin, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight celebrating the completion of this wonderful project if it had not been your faith in my idea.
Well, Laura, when you first walked into the office with a Laura 10 computer, I knew there was something special about you.
Well, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, that's what it takes to be the best. You know, sometimes I think I lost a wife and gained a computer.
Really, Bill? She's ravishing, she's a genius, and she's going to be very, very rich. I think she's quite an incredible woman. And what do you do?
Oh, well, I used to have an RV business, but, well, the Winnebagos went bye-bye. I had to sell her. These days, I just sit at home, pushing the Hoover around and making sardine sandwiches for dinner.
You should tell me you're a house husband, Bill.
I wouldn't say that.
Franklin, before, Bill had a lot of ambition. He had dreams. He was really going somewhere.
Honey, please. I don't have much, but I do have my pride. You don't have to come to my defense.
Now, Bill, relax. Don't get in an uproar. I'm sure Laura will cut you in on some of the profits. Now, speaking of profits, why don't we just get down to signing this contract, young lady? There you go. What's the matter? I'm going to make a call.
Yes.
Who are you calling?
Someone who can help.
Attention all personnel. Stand by in the admissions room for the arrival of a Mrs. Laura Welton. Prep stabilizer, 20 cc's. And ready the satisfaction module. Estimated time of arrival, 15 seconds. Give Mrs. Welton a sedative and I'll deal with her in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. What are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here.
Shh. Don't you hear that?
Sure, somebody new.
Yeah, they brought her in here screaming and kicking.
Really, that's the way I like them.
You do?
Sure.
Sounds like something I could get into.
Oh, I'm such a rich man. Women adore me, and I try to return their love. I must. The problem is, I have loved so many women. I no longer see them. I've gone woman blind. I can no longer tell them apart. Oh, not long ago, though, I spent the night with a woman who might have been my mother. She was so old, so wretched. And yet, the whole time I was with her, I thought I was with my own wife. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the agony? Maybe here at the sex asylum, I can be cured.
As you can see, Mr. Welton, most of our patients are here because they suffer from what we call an imbalance in the erotic aspects of their character. Of course, it affects each one differently. But as a rule, I think we can safely say that what they suffer from is an inability to control their desires.
Look at her now. I mean, she's fine now.
Mr. Welton, you don't seem to understand. Your wife isn't cured yet. She is still in the grips of the fit that you witnessed last night. If all three of these patients seem fine to you now, it's because they're in the satisfaction module. They're being controlled. And if I were to let up on that control, just for a second, Well, you'd see a very different Laura than the one in there at the moment.
No, I don't believe this. I mean, I know Laura.
Please release the satisfaction impulse control on Mr. W. and Miss Beverly Hills only. Keep Mrs. Welton under control.
Sure, I'm a wealthy woman. A very wealthy woman. And if there's anything in the world I want, I just have to buy it. But some things, they're just not as good on the outside as they are here in the asylum. Bill, get me out of here. Please, Bill.
All right, I admit I have a problem. I saw the videotape of me and that man, but still, I don't see why I have to get dressed like this. I mean, I feel so dirty.
Do you realize that in the past 24 hours you have accosted another woman and then you conveniently forgot what it was that you've done? Now, tell me honestly, Laura, do you secretly desire to make love to strange men and women?
Absolutely not. Miss Veltine, I am a computer design specialist. And if I do say so myself, one of the best. If you think I have nothing better to do with my time than to engage in debauchery with men I don't even know, well, all I can say is you do not understand the workings of the scientific mind.
So if I asked you to stand up.
What was that button you just pressed? What are you doing to me?
When you first came to our institution, we put you in what we call our satisfaction module. We still have you under control. The truth of the matter is that you haven't recovered from the attack. The technology employed in this little device was designed by you. Simone, why don't you come over here and remove the implement from her?
Well, Miss Veltine, because even though I am an attorney and own a Porsche, 50,000 shares of IBM stock, and have a summer home, to really enjoy a female, to experience the kind of pleasure that I really crave, I must share my women.
With me, I'm his wife.
Maybe just a little bit more.
Hello, Mr. Walton. Can I help you?
You're damn right you can. I want to see my wife, and I want to see her right now. I'm going to take her home.
I'm afraid that's impossible, sir.
Look, don't give me that pious crap. She's my wife.
What?
Laura!
Tell me if I'm wrong, Bill, but I believe that you have a problem.
It's been 2 weeks since I've seen Laura. It's horrible. I can't get it out of my head. The sight of her on that couch writhing around like a common slut.
That's why I wanted you here today, Bill. To talk to you about Laura. There have been some new developments in her case.
What do you mean?
Well, I think we've zeroed in on Laura's problem.
for God's sake, what is it?
Can you take it, Bill? You're inadequate.
Me?
No. Don't get on the defensive, Bill. Just listen to me a moment. Your wife is one of the most beautiful, intelligent ladies in this country.
Well, you're not going to get any argument out of me there. I know she's fantastic. At least she used to be.
Fine. Now, let me ask you something. When Laura comes home at the end of a long day, what do you do about it?
Look, I don't have to tell you about my private life. But I can tell you right now that Laura and I have a terrific sex life, if that's what you're getting at. Well, I've never had any complaints.
I'm sure you haven't, Bill. In fact, I'd be surprised if Laura ever complained about that kind of thing. Because what we're finding out now is that lady of yours is so crippled by her own inhibitions, she has no idea how frustrated she is. Can't you see? Those episodes the other night weren't an accident. Just like that.
Ramona?
Who is it?
It's Bill.
Did Franklin send you over?
Yeah.
Is he watching?
Yeah.
In the past several weeks, dozens of patients have passed through this asylum. They've come here with troubles, just like yours, but they've managed to overcome their hang-ups and have gone on to lead normal, productive lives. You too. Well, in all this time, you still need the satisfaction impulse control device. In fact, you need this artificial device to stop you from flying off into some sexual tangent. And frankly, I'm losing my patience. Do you understand? I think it's time that I weaned you from this little box and taught the both of you a lesson. And you, Mrs. Welton.
I didn't used to be like this. I don't know what happened.
Very well, Mrs. Welton. I've spent 4 weeks with very intimate contact with Laura. I'd go so far as to say that I have spent more time and energy on her sexual rehabilitation, well, than any other patient in my time at this clinic. I am not going to jeopardize 4 weeks' worth of work with a premature nuptial exposure. I am not going to undo all of the progress that I have made because of some ill-advised decision. And that's all I have to say.
Miss Veltine, the most important thing to me right now is my wife, my marriage, everything that we've had together. I want to prove to her that I'm not the same man that I was when she left me. I recognize the problems that we had in the past. I'm willing to take responsibility for those problems being entirely due to my failings. But I want to show Laura right now that I'm man enough to give her the kind of loving she wants. I'm willing to show her that she doesn't have to be inhibited anymore. And I'm going to be right there by her side this time, giving her everything she needs, wants, and deserves. And nobody's going to stand in my way.
Prove it. Do it for me. Do it for Laura.
Do it for you, boy.
So, dear, what do you think of my prize pupil?
Top of the class, as always. That's why I put him in your capable hands.
Miss Veltine.
Ladies, You're about to witness a great moment in the history of my asylum. Well, we gathered together a month ago to celebrate Delmar Incorporated's decision to back the marvelous Laura 10 computer. Contracts were drawn. All that was needed was a signature.
Well, nothing. I think 1 month is long enough to wait. Besides, this champagne's getting flat. I'd like to drink it. I propose a toast to the happiest couple I know, Laura and Bill.
Oh, thank you. And to the man who made it all possible.
Thank you. Now, let's get those contracts signed. There you are, my dear.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you for keeping your faith in me. I know it's been rough this past month, but I know everything's okay now.
Here we go again.
So what did you think of that? Joanna Storm went through all that business, and I think we just are in the same place. Is that a long climb for a short slide? Or just a device in storytelling? I don't care either way. I love this movie. Joanna Storm's 8th time on the show. Tantala Ray's 8th time on the show. Now, if you are an adult, I highly suggest you, and if you only are adult, go check out the original, the OG, where Joanna Storm is clearly the lead. The lead in the clean cut is kind of Tantala. Funny that they're both 8s, crazy 8s. So you can clearly tell that Tantala hit a grand slam. Take my word for it. And like I said, if you're an adult, Joanna Storm killed this mug. This is the best role I've ever seen her have. She played Laura Welton, Bill Welton, Eric Edwards, always amazing, and kind of in some mirroring, the other couple were the Delmars. The Delmar Industries, the Delmar Treatment. Joanna Storm came up with that technology, then they used it on her. And the Delmars are John Alderman and Tamara Longley. 5th time on the show, 3rd time on the show. And, that's right, Michael St. Michael's is in this.
Take care, madam.
A lesser man might say, oh, from the Greasy Strangler? No. Henry Jordan from the Video Dead. He's also from the Greasy Strangler. Michael St. Michael's. Blink and you miss him. Alright, so in the asylum, the first people we see, Jeanette Littledove, Buck Adams, when they were married. That's pretty cool that they had some narrative so I could squeeze them in. Not all the patients did make it in. Up next, friend of the show, Shanna McCulloch and Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor's speech is so awesome about woman blindness. It's too good. Shanna's so awesome and too cute and too rich. You gotta see them in the producer's cut.
Hi, it's Shanna McCulloch. I just got turned on to Squeaky Clean Adult Films, and you should too. I can't believe it. You can watch some of my old movies, even at work.
And then, of course, we have Kristara Barrington and Steve Drake. They both kill it. Around here, we are on a huge Kristara. I can't even tell them why. I've been trying to make a short of her playing Octopussy, and there's no way to. It's the #1 clip at Barefoot, and there's no one here, so it's just me watching it over and over, but sending it to people. Like, look at this. Look at the Kong Dong. Both amazing. And we have Ron Jeremy playing a bisexual punk What is he, from Michigan? He played Snakey. He almost didn't make the cut. I'm glad he could sneak in there. Renee Summers, not pictured. Kind of a bummer. But like I just said twice, you can check out the adult version if you're an adult. Where do you want me to row my boat? Gently down the stream. That's it. Thank you for watching. Dustin, great request. Thank you for suggesting one of my favorite movies. And if you like this, we're getting the whole gang back together for a part 2 of a very obvious movie that I'm not saying the name of for VHS. September. We have donation buttons. You can use them. They're down here. We have a creed of sorts. They're up here. You don't have to do those. Oh, except for the Just Watch. You can do that. And that's it. No Friday video. I will see you on Sunday. Sunday? Sunday? Sunday.